In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He created all of the beautiful things that we see, all of the animals, all of the fish, all of the birds, and then he created a man and a woman, and he placed them in a garden, a beautiful garden, the most beautiful garden that you can imagine, because he wanted to have a relationship with them, and he had a relationship with them, and he communed with them on a daily basis, and it was a wonderful, perfect environment that God created. There was only one thing. They did have to choose to love him, and the mechanism by which God showed that they loved him was to give them a tree that they could choose to eat from or not. He told them not to eat of it. But if they did, that would be a rebellion against God. Well, sure enough, the man and the woman rebelled against God and chose their own way, and this plunged all of humanity into sin and death. All of the results of that. From that time on, they had to leave the garden. Life became difficult. Things were not like they were in the garden. People turned against each other. Sin has had all kinds of effects on our planet ever since. Well, the moment that they sinned, God actually took an animal and killed it, and he provided coverings, skins for them to cover their shame. From that moment, it was a picture that sin is really serious in God's eyes, and it requires death. It has to be paid for. And from that time on, a sacrificial system became implemented, which stood as a constant reminder of this fact. In fact, God actually created a people, the nation of Israel. He created this people group to stand as a reminder of this. He gave them a sacrificial system that they would put into practice that would constantly remind humanity that sin requires death. He would also use this people to be a light for him in the world so that people could see the good ways of God and be attracted to God and come back to him, even though we had strayed and rebelled against him. Well, the nation of Israel didn't do a great job with that. They had prophets who pronounced to people that God loved them, that God had plans for the future, but the people rebelled against even those prophets and didn't listen to them. And so the nation of Israel, instead of being a light, just followed the ways of other nations and really did not fulfill the purpose that God had for them. The prophets prophesied that a Messiah was going to come who was going to end the sacrificial system, that was going to be the final sacrifice, that was going to lay his life down, be a suffering servant who would provide salvation for not just Israel, but all of humanity. But Israel really wasn't listening very well. Eventually, that time in history came, the perfect moment, and God took on human flesh and came to us and was born as a baby in a manger